So I quickly want to address this. Yes, I did say that'd be my last Harmon Smith video I do on him, but New Year, and I actually didn't mean to say in 2021 it'd be the last video I make on him, but now it's a new year, and I figure, hey, what's the best way to show you guys I care about you than suffering through this guy? So enjoy the video.
Right. Where are the PC gamers at? You guys are always on message boards, on 4chan, on YouTube comment sections, telling everyone that like you're pirating everything, you can emulate everything imaginable, that PC gaming is the ideal gaming platform, but somehow, some way, you can't even play Final Fantasy VII-R correctly.
Harmon, it's not that they can't run it. They can. It's just the port itself isn't the best port they could do. Let me ask you, Harmon, how's Final Fantasy VII Remake running on Nintendo Switch? It's not. And you want to know why it's not running on Nintendo Switch? Very simply put, the Switch won't be able to handle it. The Switch would literally choke on Final Fantasy VII Remake and then just spontaneously combust into nothingness. But keep believing what you believe.
A PS4 release. Like, where are the emulators for PS4? Where is Bloodborne PS4? Where are these games? The official release of Final Fantasy VII-R, according to unreliable YouTuber Digital Foundry.
3 things to address here. First off, yes, there actually is a PS4 emulator being worked on. Second thing, Bloodborne is rumored to be coming to PC. And personally, I think that's good. And honestly, I kind of support the idea of Bloodborne going to PC because it seems to be the most requested game Sony has on their roster going to PC. So I'm all support for that. Third thing, is why is Digital Foundries untrustworthy? Why are you saying they are a shit YouTube channel and all that stuff? Is it because Digital Foundry exposed Nintendo for the BS they do with some of their ports and how some of their games run? You know, much worse than their competition? Is that a possibility there, Harmon? Are you a little upset about that?
Who I generally don't take seriously when it comes to these kind of statements, but I'm Final Fantasy VII-R does not run very well on PC. And right now, people are blaming like Square Enix and like their porting team and how they kind of rushed it out and how they didn't optimize properly. And I'm just sitting here thinking that like, can't you just mod the game so it runs correctly? Can't you just upgrade your hardware? Can't you just emulate it? And the answer, of course, is no.
So, mind this for a second. It's going to be a little loud here, but Ron! Wow! So much wrong with that. No, with PC can't do any of this, except they can. People are actually already modding the game. People are already working on fixing the game. Harmon Smith, holy fuck. How are you this brain dead? Seriously, I want to know this. How are you so brain dead? Do you know how to put your clothes on in the morning? Do you know one leg goes in before the other? Or do you try to pummel at once like some dumb fucking idiot? Jesus Christ, you actually think PCs can't do anything? Do you really think like PCs just can't do anything? Like they can't do anything. So I wonder how you stream that. Because I know Nintendo doesn't have like a native streaming, thing for the Switch. So how do you do it? Do you have a computer? Do you have a PC perhaps? Or a laptop that you could play games on? And shock of shockers, maybe can mod a game? It's kind of like if you actually did more than 5 seconds of research out of the Nintendo Dome you live in, you would actually find out that PCs are more capable than consoles. But who expects Harmon Smith to actually do any research? I mean, come on. This is the guy who literally said George Floyd needs to be kneeled on. Do you need any more proof he's fucking retarded? I think not. Right there. That's all you need.
Like the answer to all of those questions is no, because emulation is not nearly as widespread or prevalent as the PC pirates want you to believe, right? They would.
So I just want to ask this real quick. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but have you noticed that sound in the background in his video? Have you noticed it? I'm gonna play it again. I'm gonna make sure you guys can hear it, but listen real carefully. It sounds like something's going on in the background.
Like the answer to all of those questions is no, because emulation is not nearly as widespread or prevalent as the PC pirates want you to believe, right? They would.
And I can testify this later in the video. I'm not gonna cover this whole thing, by the way, because this is gonna be too long. But there's definitely something going on in the background, and I think he either has someone there, which probably isn't the case, because literally I've noticed in his more recent videos, he's got the sound still going. And it's like, no matter what, it's still going. It's not in the background in his live streams, but it's in the background of his videos because he's obviously recording them all in one day. So, what do you guys think is going on? Do you think there's a leaky pipe somewhere? Do you think there's, he's just running the washer right now and that's what we're hearing? Or it's a snow melting? Because I know for a fact he lives in Washington. We just got smacked by snow. So, strong possibility that he's literally got, like an open basement somewhere. Because that would actually prove what some of us in the, I guess you would say, detractor community have been saying, that room where you see, like, that kind of, screen, we all theorized that's where he recorded those really shitty videos a while back. And one, like, where he did a rep, right there in front of everyone. We all theorized there is nothing in that room. So if someone like knew where he lived, they could possibly just walk into his apartment and he wouldn't know if he was at work. But yeah, this is just something that's so weird. It's like I know it's I should pay attention to what he's saying, but honestly, what he's saying is really not that interesting in comparison to what the hell is going on in the background. Yet again, someone else has said this. His background and the stuff that's going on in the background is way more interesting than anything that's actually going on screen. So, let's continue.
Like buying a console for this. So yeah, just buy a PS4 if you really, really want to play Final Fantasy VII. Don't ever bother with the PC release. Like there was a thread on 4chan the other day about like how PS2 emulation still isn't up to par because that's because mostly I think that no one wants to play PlayStation 2 games anymore. Like they're completely irrelevant.
You serious?
Just want to flex a little, I guess you would say. If PS2 doesn't matter, why did I buy PS2 games? Why did I pick up Star Wars Battlefront 2, Gun, Tony Hawk Underground, some of my favorite games as a kid? Why did I want to install an emulator on that piece of shit computer you see behind me, this screen here, this piece of shit that's on Austin Evans' video? Why do you think I want to play Godzilla Save the Earth and I have to pay $55 for it? It's actually gone up to $61. If PS2 emulators were so irrelevant, if PS2 was so irrelevant, how come there are people still using PS2 games as background footage for their YouTube videos responding to you? Shout out to Phantom Kaiju, by the way.
First of all, how little Square Enix cares about its PC audience because they know the reason they put Final Fantasy VII-R on the Epic Games Store was due to like the Fortnite money. Like Tim Sweeney, as we all know, pays these games to be exclusive to his platform for a certain amount of time. So you can't even get this game on Steam, the superior PC gaming platform right now. You have to wait for that.
Give him 1 point. I'll give him 1 point out of like millions he's lost over the 10, 20 minutes it's gonna take me to edit all this. But he does have a bit of a point. Square is kind of, giving their fans a half-assed port, but at the same time, Square, not exactly known for doing good ports, being realistic. And yes, they took the Fortnite money. They took that infamous Fortnite money and made it exclusive to Epic Game Store, which, yes, I think it's a scummy move, but at the same time, I understand from their perspective, it's like, hey, they're just going to hand us free money for essentially do what we're already going to do, but only on one platform for X amount of months. You're going to kind of take that money. Just saying, from a corporate standpoint, understand why they did that. Just saying.
As opposed to simply buying the game on a PS4 right now. And that's kind of my thoughts on this. Like, the PS4 has no games, and honestly, like, I have no interest in, like, playing Final Fantasy VII R at all. But let's be real. Like, if you really, really, really wanted to play Final Fantasy VII R, if you really, really, really wanted to see Cloud Strife wander around Midgar for like 40 hours, just get a PS4. Like, you don't need the PC gaming. You don't need to emulate it. Like, just buy a used PS4 from your friend and just kind of just go through this one game that you just happen to have an interest in.
You saw that, right? You heard that. Harman Smith told people to buy PS4s. Yeah, it's to play one game. Yeah, he's using fanboy mentality. Of course, he has to taint this awesome moment. But Harman, the reason why people don't want to buy a $200 console for one game, first off, for that reason, and second of all, performance-wise, the PS4s is let's just say, it left to be desired. So I don't think PC gamers who invest so much money into their rig are going to buy a $300, $200 console to play one game when that one game also is still on their platform. They still, they might have to work on it, Square might have to fix it, but, it's still the better version. I mean, as far as I know, this game could go up to beyond 60, which that's the cap on the PS5 and 30 for freaking PS4. So, yeah. But of course, 30 FPS to you is actually good. Remember, he's a Nintendo guy. And that's actually the rest of the video, really. I didn't actually expect to cover this whole thing, but yeah, I got super into it, so I just kind of ended up kind of covering most of it. He spends the rest of the video talking about like how Nintendo's better than PlayStation, blah, 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 blah. Typical points you expect from this man. But what's the takeaway from this? PC bad, Nintendo good. Yeah, again, I'm a person who is like, hey, I play where the games are. Except for Nintendo, because Nintendo's shitty as hell, and they treat their fucking fans like utter trash. And fanboys like this also make me not want to be a part of the Nintendo community, because, well, to put it best, R words like him are kind of a disgrace to the gaming community and need to be exiled and kicked out and told to never come back. But until next time, guys, make sure to like, comment, subscribe. I suffered for your sake, so you can at least do that for me. And until next time, guys, this is That PlayStation Gamer. Sign out. Y'all have a good day now. Peace!